Very nice. Yeah, he left
This
before.
is Kia Radio FM 95.9, the radio service of Kia Humanitarian Foundation and Communications Network. It's good again to be here this Sunday. Okay, so we'd like to say welcome to uh, this edition of the program, Conversation with the Vision Bearer. And of course, it's always here on Care Radio, FM 95.9. My name is Jefferson Weah, and of course, this program highlights issues of importance of national concern, especially when it comes to agriculture. And today's edition, we will be discussing again agriculture. This segment, this whole month, on last month, we're on health or sanitation, so to speak. And today we will be on again agriculture, and we'll dig deeper into agriculture. We'll talk about too many things as it relates to the agriculture. So wherever you are, those of you who are farmers and experts in agriculture, we encourage you to be a part of it, be a part of the conversation as we go about discussing, having conversations, talking about these things. My name again is Jefferson Weah, and I'm not here alone. We have a guest today. He was here uh, last week, last Sunday, he was here, and today he's here again to talk about agriculture. He's an expert in the field. Also, I have panelists who will be here as well as usual. Mr. Mone Kishen is probably known as the General, and of course, Mr. Andrew Kier also is here. And together, we're going to run this show. On the flip side, our Vision Bearer, the CEO, will come on. So wherever you are, be there while we're here. Let's have ourselves a wonderful time. Let me bring them on now so that we can begin the conversation. So, General and Mr. Kia, good evening, good afternoon to you there in the US. Welcome to the show today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jeff, and good afternoon to my guest in studio, Mr. Samuel, and good afternoon to my big brother, my brother himself, Andrew Kier. I always make sure I take him from his family on Sunday. For those of you who are
Good
listening to
evening.
us by way of radio, we want to say thank you. We are very sorry. And we do everything possible to make sure we give you the information. And we on agriculture. Last week they said that the topic was great. I was not on because I had to take my son on his college. So at his college campus. So today we hope to have a good show, and please get your telephone ready. And those of you who are into farming, we want to hear from you. And our topic today is on agriculture and it's community farming. Community farming. So let me just not to waste your time, go straight to my co-host and Andrew. Andrew, your opening statement and what you say, what's going on. From there, we'll go to what's trending. We got some newspaper. We'll dive into maybe 5 minutes politics, and then we'll go into social things and other stuff before we try to make this show here for everybody to understand, and everybody to play a role. So go ahead, Andrew, and then from there
Good
we'll go to our
afternoon
guest
from
to
my
introduce
end.
himself.
I would say good evening to our our brothers and sisters in Radio Land in Liberia. We say good evening to you. Um, we are here again. We're back here this afternoon to discuss a couple of issues. Our guest in studio, Tola Sawan, I want to also welcome you.
Thank you.
Last week was very, very interesting. This is a platform where we learn a couple of issues that will also, get us to be well informed as for a way forward. And there are a lot that we have been discussing in the past with respect to health, water and sanitation, education. Now we are now into agriculture, and we were blessed to have a couple of speakers last week, and I'm sure they're going to also speak out today again on a couple of issues that has to do with agriculture. As you do know, the Liberian agriculture is a sector that faces a lot of challenges as to why we can't feed ourselves, what could be the issues. Those issues are down being lifted by agriculturists last week, and as we go further into the discussion, we believe that the experts will give us also some way out. And as time goes by, that we'll have also the Ministry of Agriculture probably coming in to be able to give us some way out and how you call hope for our Liberian people to know that there is a way out with respect to these challenges on agriculture. I look forward to a beautiful discussion today, and let us all listen out to the expert opinion to see how we can ask other key questions. Thank you, General, and I give it back to you.
Okay, so let's go to our guest in studio. Let he give his opening statement, and he was here last week. She's not a stranger, and let him tell us what his intention today, what he have to tell us.
Okay,
Welcome,
I
sir.
thank you very much. General, I'm Tola Sound. I have a experience in agriculture, vast experience, been working in the sector, both the public and the private sector for a very long time. And I was here last Sunday. We were discussing some farmland agriculture that has to do with kitchen garden and other stuff. And so today we will be discussing vegetable crops, which have to do with kitchen garden, and then we will have some components which is livestock. To be specific, pig farming. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to bring out our CEO. He's sitting in the back, but I want to make sure that he's. See if you can listen. If you can hear us, then I can bring you up. And but today we'll have a very good show, and I will also bring a young man on from all the way Rwanda, who's in school there, and he have some ideas how the agriculture list in on that side working. He's a Liberian, and he going to school there. His name is Sidiki. I trying to get him to bring him because we're talking some stuff about how the people do the thing over there, how they are serious, but sometimes we got to compare ourselves with other people. But Not to waste no time, let me introduce the CEO himself. And CEO, you have any opening statement? Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tola in studio.
Yes, you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and General. Thank you. Hope that we have a very good show today. Actually, I've been on the weather, have a little cool, so but yes, I'm here.
Sorry about that. See you.
Okay, so before we go in there, we're going to take this 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But first thing, for those of you who are listening to us, this coming on the 10th, May 10, May 10 is a big day for the Care Foundation. And we will be launching the Care Foundation this Saturday, May 10. We're inviting everyone to come out at the Nishimini Mall and Mall Road, Unit 2323. And we got master patron, we got chief patron. To be honest with you, the master patron is already sold out, and most of you guys say you are coming. So please share the video. And a lot of people telling us they're going to be there. It will be a great time, and you come and see people that you have not seen before. You get a lot of people from all over will be there. Trust me when I say they will be there. We worry now about the seats. We worry. So please, first come, first serve. There will be a 50-50 raffle, and we also plan to surprise the man and a woman. So if you're lucky, you might get yourself a full massage and presentation or gift from the man. For the man and the woman, will have a 50-50 raffle, drinks free, food free. Just come and contribute. The Care Foundation is doing everything to give helping hand to the people back in Liberia. So please, we'll continue to tell you. And this week is a hectic week, but please be a part of this entire program. Okay, what is trending in Liberia today? And Andrew, I want us to look at this. There are a few newspapers that came up. When you look at this first newspaper from the analysts, they just have to remind us of the rice riot, 1979, and whatsoever. And these are some of the headlines that are in Liberia. When you see these things, some people don't know what happened in 1979. They know about the rice riot. Most of our children don't even know there was a problem in Liberia. So people are warning where you see CMC exposes violators of code of conduct and all kinds of different things that is in this newspaper. And this next one is the Inquirer. When you look at the Inquirer, the same thing, nothing else. We continue to see the same thing. FIA report uncovers fraud. So these are some of the things that we see in the newspaper today. And it is sad that we pray and we got to stand strong. We are news people and we are organizations. We have to support our people. We have to do everything possible. We speak for the people. We owe no one. We owe loyalty to no political party. All we have to do is to talk and speak on behalf of the Liberian people. There's another one, the New Democrats. Commerce set eyes on empowering SMEs. So there are a lot of things in the newspaper that is going on. You can never see anything that will ever encourage us. But these are some of the problems that we're going through in Liberia today. Corruption at MCSS again. You see? So these are some of the things that is going on. So let's ask Jefferson what is trending in Liberia today. Jefferson, they got this whole week. How the road going across the bridge, how's the road project? And we saw you guys in the market. We saw you guys all the way going to Bombing Hills. You went all the way to VOA market. You were there talking to people to hear from the Liberian people. We see these things every day. So Liberians, you that are watching us, yes, we're not going to be politics. We want to help how the best way, but we're not going to cover nobody. We're not going to shield anything. So tell us what's trending in Liberia from last week to now.
Okay, General, thank you so much. And for those of you listening to us via the radio, again, would like to say to you that when you're on the show every Sunday, you learn a lot. So fast forward, beginning with the road, like I always say and talk about it, government is trying to actually progress, and the contractor, the engineers that took the contract for that road, the Freeport to Douala corridor, they're actually doing well. As it stands now, the road, both sides of the road, the two lanes, one from Monrovia and the one from Douala, the two sides are now at Star Motel. So just over before the weekend, the government the engineers were able to reach the end they were able to lay the quota asphalt now from from Jamaica Road to Star Motel. That's where the quota stop. And then what they're doing now is they've already dug the drainage or the drainages, especially the end coming from Loking Town back to that same Star Motel. They've already dug the drainage. They started laying the covers in between so that at least when it rain falls, and mind you, that area is the most challenging area on that road because Stadium Town, I mean, that Toyota garage there, it is always challenging. Water sits over there. So now they dumped the drainage, and so far that's where we are. And yes, during the week we went to in fact we're in Kakata, we're in Majibi County, and we spoke to citizens in Majibi. And honestly, the mayor of the city of Kakata is doing well because when we enter Kakata back then, when you're driving through to go Bong County, to go Nimba County or Lufa, Kakata was I would say, a very filthy city. When you're driving along the street, you will feel so bad. You see stockpile of dirt, just like in Douala, it used to be. So you see stockpile of dirt. But recently, when we got there, I mean, the city was so beautiful, the streets clean. So kudos to the city mayor there. And also, we didn't have the time. We hope to go back there and have conversation with even the police commander, the Kakata police, the county commander. Yes, the citizens they lauded him for a job well done. That in terms of security, he's doing well in the city of Kakata. But most of them complained on the issue of empowerment, youth empowerment. They blamed, their leaders, they blamed the lawmakers, that instead of them creating the avenue, opening the path where young people will be empowered, will acquire, technical skills, they are not doing it. They all they want to do is create, this unnecessary noise at the legislature, and also they call on the government to work on the issue of health. Is the hospital in Kakata there. The CH Rennie Hospital. That since that hospital got burned, nothing has been done. Door grounds were broken, but till now there is nothing being done on the hospital. It's completely down. So they need the government to go and do that hospital because they tired going, spending money to other private hospitals. And so they also said that the health duty department at BWI's campus has been shut down by the government for whatever reason. They said I don't know, but that department at BWI, which used to help young people to go and learn heavy duty, is being shut down. They closed that department. They called it on the government to reopen it. That was what they said, which we will verify. All right. But lots of things have been done on roads. Yes, government also doing roads in Kakata. They try to do the main roads. And so lots of things being done. But the complaint on prices, the increasing in prices, commodities, prices are going up high. So among other things, yes, they talk. So that's just the latest from Kakata.
All right. Can you hear me there? Yes. Thank you very much, and Jeff. Everything is clear. That's what we do. We go around to hear from our people. But we will dive into our agriculture. But before we dive into agriculture, we're having a program this coming weekend. And we want to keep this on the screen for a little bit. For those of you who in America, if you live in the Philadelphia area, the New Jersey, the Delaware, and Maryland, and whatsoever is closer to you, we expect the people coming from Minnesota. Trust me, I've been getting calls. So please, it's first come, first serve, and you can book your ticket. If you book your ticket now, we will keep your seat. Trust me. We're doing everything in a professional way. This will be one of the best programs. But before we go in, let me call the CEO. I want to know how you feeling for this. How you waiting? Are you ready for this program, CEO? Because there will be a lot of people coming in. And are you prepared to talk? And make sure you exercise your mouth because you got to say hello, 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 hello. From now, I'll go to Andrew. So, what are some of your thing now? What you're expecting from this program?
There's nothing to be actually prepared for. It's the same, doing the same, old routine. So we are ready, and we're gonna, we're expecting a lot of guests to actually come over to the program, and we are actually excited for this occasion because we're gonna be doing the launching exercise in the United States first. Then we, think about going back to Nigeria to do, the formal, launching process on the side. So yes, we just have to tell the the people that will be coming to the program. We really appreciate the time and their contributions and stuff. These are things that we'll be talking all day long in the during the occasion. So we actually will be having some guest, I think a guest speaker will be coming over to speak to the to the occasion. So Mr. Kia and Andrew, he's another very, very brilliant public speaker to my older brother. So yes, all the guys will be there, and it'll be fun. Looking forward to that. So.
Yeah, you see, that's the good thing. That's why we make sure that we put Andrew in a place where he do most of the talking, and then you can just come and do a little bit, and then because I saw his speech. If you listen to me, I saw the man's speech. Now 5 pages already, but we told him, say, please try and bring it down. Try and cut it at the place he's stuck now. I say cut it to 2. Just 2 to make it bring it down to 2. He said I will not explain. But anyway, so what are some of the preparations?
Well, let's say, speaking about that, you brought about 5 pages for his speech. His own resume, almost 10 pages. He calls him, man, how can I reduce this? I said, I have no problem. So, you gotta worry about how you gotta.
He's gonna be playing 2 roles. He will be introducing the CEO, and he'll be introducing the program. So everything will be in one. So I condense it in one. So he's not going to speak 2 times. Yes, and then the CEO too. He let too much talking.
No.
It is an action man. So most of the thing I will put it straight on the video. We're going to showcase everything. We're going to show you the work that we've been doing in Liberia. And if we really want to show everything to you, you have to watch up to 1 hour video. But we're going to do everything to keep it between 15 to 20 minutes. So we can, if we try to really explain to you, because we've been going 1 year for what we have done in the lives of the people. So you will hear from themselves, you will hear from the family, you will hear from the principal, you will hear from people who this organization have touched. So we ask you be a part of it. It's no profit making. People who are into humanitarian work in Liberia, I gave you my hats off, because no profit there, no profit. So if you think we're there because of the money, go and try it for yourself. Then you will understand, but without challenging anyone. That's why we encourage you. If you can contribute to us, if you can't do it to us, help another Liberian organization that can do it. We got good people. Our people need us. Andrew, what are you anticipating? What this program that coming up? What you want to tell the Liberian people that will be showing up?
Actually, I am greatly excited of the coming event on the 10th. And it should be an excitement for all Liberians. It should be an excitement for those who God has given the passion to help, to put a smile on the faces of people. It's an excitement for me because that's, for my family, for my family member, a junior brother, to have had the passion to be blessed by God, to being able to put smiles on the faces of people. That's a pride for me. That's a pride for all of us. That's a pride for all Liberians, and that others will also emulate his example to be able to do similar thing. Our country is going through a lot. Our nation, a very small country, a country so much endowed with wealth, natural resources, but it's about how equitably are the resources being distributed. Our people are being deprived. Liberians live out of handouts, either because others have been able to hijack even their access to their own resources that could be able to feed them. And so to finding someone, to seeing a brother, to seeing a family person, to seeing a Liberian who has taken up time, it's not so much of some affluence or some bigotry or some, I want to prove a point. No, but someone who will have it to say, the little that I have, I want to share with people. That's something that it brings so much joy to me. And to have such a foundation that is now being formally launched, it brings a lot of excitement in me, and it should be for all Liberians. It should be for most of us here in the U.S. as to what we can do for our own people. So the coming program on the 10th trust me, I look forward to it so much. And I think all of us should be able to look forward to that, that from the US, someday we will now get on the ground and get things rolling. Of course, things have already started, but we were in a warming stage. And I want to really appreciate my brother. I want to appreciate all those who also have been giving him the support, the moral support, the financial support, whichever way that will get things going. All road leads to Pennsylvania. We will be there on the 10th, and it's going to be a very exciting event. I love the MC who is coming. That's someone who I know he's going to be there, and some other family members and friends. So, guys, hey, I'm excited. Thank you for what is being done. I want to give my hats up to Chris, my brother, who's doing his best. Every time I pray for him, I want to see more that is coming, and that all of us will be able to follow his steps as well. Thank you, guys. I see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, you have said it all, and I'm telling you, I give my hats off to people who insist. And we want to apologize to you, Dr. Kamara. So should have been up here today, but I think what is the I don't think I missed the man. I misspelled. Okay,
Professor
yeah.
Suleimani Kamara.
Professor Kamara, he won't be with us today, but last week he was there, and you guys know what he put up. So he will be with us he will be with us every Sunday. So we are very sorry that he's not here today, but the show got goes on. So let us go into our guests in there, and after a while we'll come back again to the same program to make sure that let the people know we got this week. We want to make sure that this program is successful. So let's go to our studio guests and let it tell us. We're talking about community farming, covers, pigs, or whatsoever. Let's hear from the guy himself. For me, the only thing sometimes I don't want to plant little pepper or potato greens. So let's hear from our brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
General, thank you. We had a wonderful show this on Sunday. And then when we left the studio, Monday, with the passion that we have in this sector, which is agriculture sector, we decided to launch a proactive agriculture extension assessment in 3 districts of Colorado County. To be specific, district number 15, 16, and 17. And then we did not get in the field just like that. We decided to build our own questionnaire. While in the field, we interview a lot of cross farmers, livestock farmers on different issues, ranging from their own benefits, shortcoming in the area of crop production. So on Tuesday, we visited the Blowing and the Jacket community in Lockingtown. So we're able to speak with few farmers, like 15 persons. And then we got on their own experience concerning this sector. With the passion that they have in agriculture, they were able to give us some updates. Some of whom that told us that their strength is cross farming. And there are a lot of challenges in this field. One, you have farmer shortage. 2, the land size. You know, many of them they are renting from different people. They don't have their own land. They don't have their own areas. So sometimes you farm here. The next moment, they come and give you notice and move to the next community or the next district. So this has been a challenge to some of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, and that's good. At least you talking to our people. That is what we want. We want to hear from the people to know exactly what's going on. And I'm happy to get you on board. And I'm happy to get Dr. Kamara. And last Sunday, I watched the show from where I was sitting, and the program was very nice. And we just want to help our people. And we're also encouraging. That's what the Care Foundation is trying to do to empower people. We're encouraging our people in the community. Use the little space that you have in the back, do something and let the people know. Don't depend on government alone, but if you can plant your little pepper, your little potato greens and whatsoever, if the Care Foundation is going to come in and help you a little seeds or hook, we will do that. But we're not telling you so we're going to build a whole farm. We're not prepared to do, but we want to help you. We don't just want to be giving you hands out. We'll come and give you a bag of rice. We'll give you this. No, that's not what we want to do. Because even the Great United Nations won't be able to help everyone. So that is why we got this thing. So tell us, Sean,
Yeah.
so what are some of the things you want to tell our people in the community? Because some people tell you, say, well, I tell you, I ain't got no seeds, I ain't got nothing. Oh, but how you expect me to get a poultry? Why me get a first chicken? What you expect me to do? But nobody willing to help them. How will you convince these kind of people?
Yeah,
And then
so
maybe Andrew can come. Yeah.
okay, thank you, General. We also extended our joining to district number 16, which is the Caldwell Belt. To be precise, the Waterside community, the Bomi community, and the Cabatown community. So when we got there, we introduced ourselves, informed them the institution we from, which is the Care Humanitarian Foundation. And it will interest you to note that most of our farmers, they are extremely discouraged on how they've been treated by our national government. So you as an extension officer, when you get in the field, you face problems to even gather the farmers. For them to even give you attention, you have to really be innovative. Yes, with all of this, we try our best to have a community meetings with some of them, including their community chairpersons, and we build their confidence.
Okay.
Okay. And Andrew, can you take it from there? Let me just, I'm trying to get something, load something up here. Take it from there. And maybe I saw Chris. Chris, you were trying to say something?
No, I was just trying to thank you for his statement. Andrew can
Oh,
take it. I think
I think you.
Can you hear me now?
yes.
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 Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, just listening to you, with the few trip that was made in several areas. One of the key factors contributing to the failure of in the agriculture sector, especially with low productivity, is that issue of financial constraints. Now,
Yeah.
the overarching institution that leads on to agriculture, for the agriculture sector, of course, is the Ministry of Agriculture. The standard is set, it's what spills over to the rest of the country. So if the hinterland and even within the urban sector are going through a lot of challenges, and that speaks volume of also the Ministry of Agriculture. Now, the discussion today and going forward is not in any way intended to a kind of like badmouth the government of Liberia or badmouth the Ministry of Agriculture. As a matter of fact, these field trips and these discussions that we are holding These are specifics. These are concerns from the from those in the field, from those who get impacted, the society as a whole. So that when these things are lifted, the government itself will also see reason with all the competing priorities to see exactly how can they also leverage their their distribution of the resources. Because trust me, the financial constraints is not only that, also even the lack of infrastructure. The lack of the infrastructure, like we look at the road network, you look at even inadequate storage facilities for farmers to do business better. All of these pose a lot of constraints. Now, with all that you guys are doing in the field, what do you think is the best approach as to getting a better way out, be it from the government side and from the private side? As an agriculturist, what do you think is the way forward as to how to engage the process so that we can have a maximum output for that?
Okay, thank you very much. From our own experience, yes, it's true that there are some financial constraints, but I think they need more training, more awareness in the sector, because if you're discussing even cooperative in agriculture, they don't understand what cooperative is. So, for example, cooperative is togetherness. And then you see the next person maybe having their own kitchen garden right adjacent to yours. If you try to do a visit to some of the sites, you will see serious confusion from one farmer to another. So I think lack of knowledge is one of the factors that we need to address. They need more training. Even the fertilizer that they use, they don't even know how to apply the fertilizer.
Sure.
Some of them damage their own crops because fertilizer application is a technical areas by itself. You have to be very technical if you apply fertilizer to some of the plants. Some of them even use mixed fertilizer where you're supposed to use urea and then you are using NPK 1515. So they really need awareness in these areas.
Has there been any has there been any challenges? Have you been able to also work along with the Ministry of Agriculture, like going and having some discussion with them as to what you are doing in the field?
Yes, I just from the public sector, I work with the public sector for 6 years. So I know how these things work. The private sector give more. This is not a politics.
Sure.
This is not a politics. We are not preaching politics. We are not politicians. We are technicians. But to be real with you, the private sector projects yield more results than the public sector projects. So if you go in a field and you just showed MOA ID card, you find it very difficult to have even audience with the community.
Wow. Why is that? Why is that though?
The reason is okay. What's the question, Sylvia?
No, he said, why is it so much of a rejection or maybe a resentment with someone having an MOA ID and going over to the farmers maybe to avail an idea? Why is it so much of a resentment?
Yes, I delay in implementation of some of the projects. For example, this man had a potato green garden and he needs to plant maybe this month or June. And he expects himself to harvest in early July. You promise him seed. You have to get back to the ministry get all the documentation before that is completed, then the entire season over.
I see. So it's like
still
lots
promise.
of hope or lots of trust into the process.
Right.
Yeah, that I think that there is some level of confidence crisis.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to also say to you that it said the what actually is it the country needs to the point that the common people will benefit from more than the what should I say, like the gardening and the what's the name, the community farming, let me just say, then
Yes,
on a large scale. So are we actually going towards the community gardening or on the commercial level on a large scale? Which one is actually being prominent in Liberia than that you see from your observation, the discussions and visits that you have made in different communities?
yes. Or you see, commercial farming is expensive because you will talk about missionaries and other things. Right now, to even purchase a yellow machine, it costs it. You are in the US, I don't know what it costs. But with a little resource, like some of these people just need a fertilizer bag to just continue with their life. Just a fertilizer bag. Just a fertilizer bag. And maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 hooks. With few collapses.
And you know, the CEO the other day, we have Mr. Professor Kamara, who was online and was talking about the intervention of government coming in with machines, but it was like, okay, the machines that came in are yellow machines.
Hey,
And if we start to see the green machines, then you start to think about agriculture. So maybe the yellow machines are in now for mainly creating road network, and other stuff. Again, government could be doing it in phases. So, Mr. Sion, like we readily said, this is not something political.
No.
We're not trying to incite politics into the entire concern, because at the end of the day, the Liberian man is still there hungry. All that we want is to lifting that advocacy on the need to be able to feed ourselves from an agricultural perspective. So what is more key, and I want to borrow from what the CEO was trying to drive at, you being one of the key person in the field and have seen the experience, until government is in though, but until government can get its feet well situated into how to assist farmers and stuff, what are those key things that you think are very, very immediate that people can start to do to aid our traditional farming practices? Because that's what they need for now to be able to get things going. And like you said, when they see Ministry of Agriculture like MOA bash on you, is like that's a complete rejection. So how do we mend the pieces together? How do we mend the pieces together until we can ever have a meeting point?
Yeah. Okay. So I think one of the issues is we have to implement and expand on our extension services.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep engaging them. We have to restore their hope, giving them more confidence. That yes, even though you were disappointed yesterday, and then today we can make it happen. From the statistics recently for the past 3 days that we conducted, from 2023 up to now, almost 50 farmers, kitchen gardeners, crop production farmers we talked to in the 3 districts, over 47 to 50 students graduate from high school just by parents supporting you from these activities.
Mm-hmm.
and you have supply of them currently in schooling. So here, you do sometimes you don't have to even go to Douala or go in the market to just make your case. People leave from their homes, go in the field and buy even the potato grain by bay. Like one of them was telling me, say, my son, she said, my son, I don't even give myself headache to go Douala because I have my customers. When they come, I'll give them the entire bay, they harvest it, and then maybe depends on the length and the size of the bay, maybe I can ask them to give me 6 or 7,000. So imagine if somebody has like 15 to 20 bay, giving it off for 7,000, 8,000. Times it by the number of bay they will get in that particular season, and then they can generate their children's school fees. So you have over 100 of them in school currently from the production of kitchen gardeners, other stuff.
Okay. All right, Jeff. You wanna add anything, and also invite the audience in studio for the discussion?
Yeah, so it's just just to like you said, I was in Mount Barclay while I was in the sick bush, and when I was a little bit, coming up, getting strength down in my body, I used to visit my auntie's farm for garden. Let's say the pepper garden. The pepper is one thing in Liberia that is really sold out, especially when it comes to the farming. So normally we will go there when the pepper is getting ready now to be harvested. You see people from red light from other market areas, they come to the farm sometimes to negotiate with the owner. uh, they will negotiate that one person will say, well, I will be able to pay for this entire farm. And a bag of pepper, I think it's a Gary bag.
Gary bag.
Yeah, the Gary bag
It's
is
50
being
kg.
sold for sometimes, but then it was 30,000 Liberian dollars. So just imagine if you will have a very large pepper farm as compared to just this BTC barrel that we have here. And then you have one person coming to buy, and then one bag is 30,000. You sometimes you get 15 to 20 bags coming just from the first harvest.
Yes.
Because sometimes you harvest more than one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the first harvest, you get over 30 bags, as big as the BTC barrel. So 30,000 times 15 to 20, 30 bags is a huge amount of which will be able to at least sustain you, your family. In fact, your kids will be able to save. And that's what you see most of the women in the market, these people who are here selling rental market, that's how they survive on. They use these things to send their kids to school. Yeah, the better almost sending your children to school. So I think it's a good thing, like Tola was saying. It's just a matter of empowerment, support, more support to the farmers. So that's just it. So, folks, if you're there, this is a conversation with the Vision Bearer. It's here on Kia Radio FM 95.9. Go on social media, Kia Radio FM 95.9 TV. Share the video. Also on YouTube, we live for Kia Communications Network. You can invite others, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're there, you want to participate, the numbers are 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 0 886 8616700 886 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. The WhatsApp line for those of you in the diaspora +231 886 681198. We are discussing agriculture. So those are the agriculture ministry. You're in the private sector as well. You're into farming activities. You can be a part. You are an expert. What knowledge you have to share, you can also make your input by calling. We already have the lines active. I don't know whether we can start taking calls now or we should hold the calls for now. See you.
Yeah. Before we get to the calls,
Right.
Jefferson, you guys are on the ground. Could you throw a little light on? I think we heard about the a major milestone that was made by the government of Liberia with respect to is it the egg factory that was just built recently?
Yeah. Yeah, so to speak to that, I saw the president over the weekend, and he visited this egg factory, and I think
Where is it located?
this is a big
In,
milestone because, mind the number of people
I
that we,
think
we
it's in
import
Cannesburg way.
eggs almost into our country, and eggs have been imported. Though we have some here, like Walkie Farm, Mr. Bernard, he was
Hmm.
producing egg. I don't know whether he's still, producing, but the factory that I saw is a very big factory, very large one that the president went to visited, and it's a good thing. Besides eggs, there will also be other production ongoing there as well.
Yeah, I think that there is a need for us to have a full knowledge of that, and probably interview folks from there. I learned that is one of the biggest, if
Yeah,
possible, I think in the whole of West Africa,
of course it
and
is. Yeah,
that's the first of its kind since since this nation's independence. And so I think that's a major boost to the economy, and then in terms of employment and other things that we were doing, importing eggs into the country. I learned that even that factory should be able to produce pretty close to about 200,000 eggs a day.
mhm.
200,000 eggs. That's a major, major milestone. I mean, that might give Liberia also the opportunity to export more eggs, and better benefit to the country. But again, the team on the ground can do more, and as in our subsequent edition of the talk show, you guys can throw more light on that.
Yeah. We hope indeed, like you're saying, they will get, because sometimes some of these things when they're going on, you want, and I will say this on the radio. Sometimes you want to ask the better questions to get insight of these kinds of development. People shy away, especially those who are in authority, who are responsible to provide you the information. Just give you clarity, the full detail of it. They shy away from it. I don't know for whatever reasons, but when you go to the Ministry of Education or Agriculture, you want to tell us about
The
this, you want to
bureaucracy,
speak to
right?
people. Maybe, yeah, that's why they do the shy away. So, yeah, but
You
we
think you
can
could
get tired. We won't get
ask
tired
the
in doing this thing to
questions
go to you. At least it's good provide information.
Yeah, the media is not an enemy. The
right.
media should be the friend of every institution. So, but I think that's the phobia many people have, and so they tend to shy away from that. I understand. Thank you.
All right, go ahead. If you can open the lines, well, let's continue the conversation. So,
Okay, so let's take calls now. This person on the line, good evening. Good evening. Let me know where you call from. Good evening. You're live. What's your name? You said JMB and what?
We're not hearing the president.
Can you hear the caller, CEO?
No,
no,
we're not hearing the
No,
caller.
CEO, can you hear me?
no,
no. Can
no,
hear
no.
you.
We're not hearing him. We're not hearing nothing.
Are you getting me now?
It's nothing is breaking in. It's not coming through.
Let me see if I can get this one. Okay, thank you so much. CEO, I don't know whether you got him.
Okay, I didn't understand. I didn't hear anything
It's
he
not
said.
clear. We're not understanding him. You gotta do something with the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, we-
yeah.
we're not
Jeff,
understanding him. So
Gotta do
he
better with
was
the
just commending the government. That's all.
Zero
yes,
seven
Okay,
and
seven
okay.
seven 959 959 0 7 959 959 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. Let me see if I can get this person through here on the line. I hope you're hearing this time around. Good evening. Emmanuel Saki, let's hear you.
Amen.
Thank you so much. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 086 861 670 0886 861 670 plus 231 886 6811 98 are the numbers you can use. This is the program Conversation with the Vision Bearer, and we're live here on Kia Radio 95.9. Also on Facebook, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube as well, and subscribe to our channel. So let's take more calls. We want to talk to experts, those into farming activities. What's your own what's your take on the conversation this evening? What do you know about agriculture? We're discussing agriculture in general. What's your own take on it? As we are with calls, well, see, I don't know. We hope to check the lines again so that you can get more. Let's see how you go. Yeah, CEO.
Yeah.
General.
So
Yes,
they,
go ahead. Take your camera. I'm trying to upload something here
so,
for us. Go ahead.
so let me ask a question, right? For me, I came from agricultural background, right? My parents were farmers. So what I'm trying to drive out here is the fact that is there any road that like somebody roads, they go in the villages, because we're doing our farming in the village, right? We have to transport the food or the crops over to the farm, from the farm to the local markets to sell. So the farmers actually that on ground that in Liberia or in neighboring what's the name counties are making these subsistence farmings and to feed their families. Do they have the availability and the transportation needed I know to help them to actually go and sell some of these crops or the stuff from the interior coming into like from the Margibi or other neighboring counties to come into central Monrovia to sell? How is the road capacity from from a village to come to the town to do any other thing? Because I learned that they still working on the roads in Monrovia there. How is it?
Okay, yes. I normally the Nima, the Bon County, the Margibi, Grand Bassa, trucks usually go in the various counties capitals, and then they get packed somewhere where the farmers will bring their produce from their various farms and then put them on a truck, bring them to Monrovia. But the challenge is the process of leaving your farm to
Right.
get to the main road. That is the issue.
The farm to
And
market
even to
road.
have the transportation,
Mm-hmm.
not because the transport issue is important, because those trucks go for the goods and then you have to pay for them.
And some of them spoil in the process, right? They'll
Yeah, yes, of
have
course.
these crops or their products, but there's no help to bring them to
Yes, the perishable ones were spoiled.
right. That's
They're
why
the rare banana.
I'm asking. That's a question.
They're the planting.
Right.
The perishable goods were spoiled. Seriously.
Like the what's the name? The peppers,
The peppers.
the plantain,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a very, very, important issue to address when it comes to farming, the transportation aspect of it.
Mhm.
You
Um,
Yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
Tola, I don't I don't have to be an agriculturist to feel the impact of poor agriculture in Liberia.
Yeah.
So we were more or less talking about the lack of infrastructure, the road network, the issue of access to even electricity for people to, when they have the produce, and to even store them into a better condition that would not make their food to perish easily so that they can sell another time.
Yeah.
So many constraints our people are faced with. We get it. The farm to market roles, those are other challenges, to the point that before they ever can get their produce to the market, it becomes more difficult. All of these crops get damaged, and every effort that they have invested, it
Right.
tends to even exhaust them.
Yes.
All of these challenges we got yet to go, to ever cross that area. It has to be government intervention to bringing about to bringing about the road network, to bringing about some means of transportation to helping local farmers.
Right.
Not only on that subsistence farming, but also even the support to smaller farmers, so
Right.
that we all can, when you put all of these produce together, you can have it to a level of production that can fuel a bigger
Like a
society,
reaching consumer, yeah.
or else we will still be in all of these challenges. Now,
Mm.
besides all of these that we talked about, my concern also is about the climate change in Liberia. I'm very much sure that the Liberian agriculture sector also, it faces that, it has that vulnerability of climate change. Are there how you call seedings or seed products, or agriculture products that that grows it year round? And for example, our staple food Liberia, I hear, again, I'm not an agriculture. I hear that you have rice that practically like grow throughout the year. I mean, is it possible for some yields, for some seeding in Liberia to have these things available, and that our people will have access to these things?
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. That's why on this show we will be recommending training for these farmers, because if even breeders went to work
Mm.
and then try to reduce the lifespan of some of these crops, the farmers, they already use a certain system,
The traditional
the
way.
traditional method that
Yeah.
we call the conservatism.
Right.
People believe what their forefathers taught them. So, as an extension officer, even if you went in there on the field and then you try to change the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
they don't still buy the idea.
Hmm.
So, they need serious training. And for the fact that we'll be launching on a thing, I think we have to do something about the training issue so that at least the agricultural segment will be captured on the day of the launch.
Okay, guys, how are you again?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you, Cora.
Yeah, we're talking about the farm, the poultry farm that President Bwaka visited the other day, and I will just rush the video through, and then we can just look at it. It's a very large place. I think it's the largest so far, and you can see the land. That's a very big place, and all these
Where
places
is
that
it? Where is it?
it's in Kakata. It's in Kakata area there.
Oh, wow.
It's in Kakata. So let's
Around the
see.
Todi area, or what?
Yeah, let me see. I won't get to.
The audio is poor.
Yeah, because I just took it straight from there. So I just won't get to the farm
The,
itself. Let's see.
the vest he wearing, Gerald, the Kia president.
Yeah, that one of the one we gave me. A technical
Oh,
one too. Okay, look at the video.
Lower
Only thing
Bond
that only thing
County,
was there.
where
The lower Bone
the
County area,
president
yeah.
again toured
Oh,
the
he go to
rice
Bone County. I think he was touring
farm.
other area. But let's see. I try to get to the portrait itself. Let's see.
it's a
Man,
red man.
politics, man. They just can't show everything that the executive mansion recording. So okay, we'll try to see if we can get it. He only talking to the people in the area now. So let's go, baby. Okay. You see, when the people go to these areas, they try to show the president mode and even showing the product. But it was on the other channel. But this one from the executive mansion website. And it's the largest so far, let's be honest. It's very big. I saw it, I watched it, I saw the video. I think it's the largest, if I'm mistaken, in West Africa. And it will be producing a lot of eggs. But that's a good thing. It will create job for our people. So let's go. We'll get open. The line is open anyway. Let's see who will call in.
Jeff, you are muted.
Jeff is muted. Jeff, you are muted. He's still not getting us. I think he's muted.
Jeff, we can hear you.
Okay, I think something wrong with Jeff microphone. Jeff, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Jeff. Nobody here can hear you. Okay, guys, and we're gonna take a quick break. But again, if you're watching us through Facebook, if you are in the Philadelphia, Delaware, Maryland, and New Jersey, and when I say New Jersey, I like to call Newark too because I stay in New Jersey, New York, Minnesota, anywhere. Join us this Saturday. We'll be launching the Kia Foundation, and it will be a very good program. The master patron, yeah, you can hear you, but the master patron tickets is sold out. But if you want it, I can still create one for you. And if you send your money right now through me or the CEO, and everybody going to buy from Mrs. Kia, and they will reserve your seats. There will be a lot of fun, and we're going to surprise. There will be a lot of surprises on that day. And guess what? The CEO family have decided to match whatever we raise on that day. That's a good thing, eh? You know, sometimes, and I will say this publicly and let everybody get to understand. I ask myself the same question for me to do a business and no profit. And sometimes when we talk about getting certain things and you are asked to see, I can feel so bad, but you will not even see the frown on their faces. And I want to make this clear. This is not politics because if this man had the intention to run for anything in Liberia, he don't need to do it now. All you need to do just come 2 years to the time, and the money you spend it now, you can just spend it to the people and you get into politics. But if somebody spend it because God bless him, like the house that he helped, he just saw it, he thought of himself in Dole community. That when it rainy, I can't even sleep. So he said, listen, baby, we got to do something, my wife. And he did something and spent almost $10,000 on somebody you don't know from anywhere. And, and just send people children to school that you don't know. How many of us can do that? Your heart must be different. But you see, when God bless you and you bless another people, so a successful man is about your surrounding. You can't be the only successful man and everybody just crying and whatsoever. So please let us give our helping hand. Come and help the Care Foundation. We need your money. Your 5 cents, your 10 cents will be a voluntary thing. We're not begging you, but we want you. Whatever you can give, you give $1, we accept it. But just come and see some of the work that we have been doing. So please don't forget, Jefferson, why are you waiting? Let us just take a quick 1 minute break, and then we will
I'm
be
here.
back. You got anybody on the line?
Had this caller, but he went off. But let me just announce the line while we take it before we take the break. 07779599959. We're taking calls. 07779599959. 086 861 670 plus 231 886 681198 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the show. Conversation with the Vision Bearer is live on Kia Radio 95.9 on Facebook and YouTube as well. You can connect with us from anywhere you are this evening. Let me see if I can get this person.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back to the studio. We want to so appreciate you. And this is conversation with the Vision Bearer of Kia Humanitarian Foundation and the Kia Network. And my co-host is Andrew Kia. And we have for us the CEO himself. We want you to hear from him. That is why we're having this program every Sunday. Because some people say, but why I can't just talk to him every 2, 3 months? No, we want him to talk to his people because he's the one. And another thing I want to make clear here again, if I produce a CD, who you expect to be on a picture of the CD? Who the best person that can sell the CD? It's me. So the best man to promote this channel or the network or whatsoever is no other person but Christopher Kier. You don't expect me to put Andrew Kier picture there when they say it's Christopher Kier the guy. So he is the one. We're not paying nobody to advertise. We said that we will use him to do the advertisement. He knows people, and I want to say thank you. We've been getting good reviews. When you go all over the place, you will see from Painesville, you will see it's not his idea. We say, listen, we got to promote this thing here. We could go and look for one celebrity and put them on our billboard. No, we will use the face to promote the foundation. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's not about politics. Please, it's not about running for something. If this man was 70 years old, I said, well, maybe he'll be running because he'll soon retire. But this man he's not in the age of us. So why were you worried about him leaving what he's doing that he can get a little 1 cent, 2 cent to go to a place where he got to talk, and then at the end of the day, he will be in the same basket. So Liberian people, please, this is not politics. This is all about Liberia. It's on our mind every day. That is why by this time we're supposed to be eating with our family, but we on radio 6 o'clock in Liberia, 2 o'clock in America. Hey, it's not about the name. So please, let's go back to studio. And don't forget, Saturday, this whole week, you're going to see me on Facebook. You're going to see me and you get tired of me. And you can go to Fair Green Lee. You want your ticket, you'll meet me there. Please, purchase your ticket. Don't miss out. You have a good time, trust me. Let's go to the studio. What anybody
I
online?
think Jeff is still in the
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
Jeff is still having.
well, yeah,
Okay,
but
I got
I'm
a question. I got a question for the guy in studio there, our man. And I want to ask this question. Most of the time, the agriculture ministries gave things out like fertilizer, hoes, and whatsoever. These farmers got to apply. Like, do they give it to small farmers, like people in communities? They give it to them too.
I thank you.
no, no, you go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I to some extent they gave them the fertilizers and other stuff. But I did a research in the southeast, specifically
So,
in Ground Jiden and Sino. It will interest you to know that the entire Greensville don't have a fertilizer shop.
wow.
I'm not even saying store, but a shop.
Imagine how farmers are surviving over there.
Okay, they have this thing here. Librarian
Jeff,
Ben say
Jeff, in the
dry
background,
meat
I
sweet.
see you.
Yeah, I think my camera has a
Yeah,
little
his other camera went or something, but we hear him.
Oh,
iconic.
The guy they saying in Liberia, they say dry meat sweet, but what you'll be eating until the meat get dry. Now, and people who into the farming business, I got my little backyard and whatsoever. Yes, government are going to. So if I get my small little garden, if I go to agriculture ministry and say this is what I'm doing, and I need some little fertilizer, or I need a help from you guys, are they going to give it to you, or you got to fill up all kinds of paperwork, or you got to pay for it, or it's just part of the whole program? It's actually supposed to give it to you.
Okay, so I thank you, General. Then that bring me up to this particular trip that was made this gone time. I visited this livestock production site in Motokono, Brewersville. This guy, he had a pig farm. I contain over 150 piglets right now. Guess what? According to him, when he invited the coordinator for Mosorado County from the ministry, then the guy got angry. Why he have to even mix the various types of pig with the others? So the guy said, but nothing is happening to the other pig. This is not sick. This one is not bigger than the other. So what can they be on the same farm? Just because of that, he don't pay attention to the guy project any longer. Just because of that. To just give a technical opinion and tell the guy to work on it, he was impatient, according to him, according to the CEO.
Well, that is something that those who are into agriculture, into piggery, I think they too will have their own opinion on that. I'm not a farmer though, but 07779599959 07779599959 086 are the numbers you can use. Plus 231 886 681198 is the international line. Conversation with the Vision Bearer. Yeah, you want to add up?
Yeah, so I see you. I don't know whether we have time now. If we don't have time, the next show will be discussing
Yeah, we still have time.
Okay, but then we'll do the other segment that I have to. I mean, the other portion I have to do a peak production.
But before then, General, I just want you to take a quick notice of on this. I think the flyer for chief patron, I think it should be $200 instead of I'm seeing $20. So for those of you viewing, you watching, chief patron is not $20, it's $200. That's just a little typo. We should be corrected. So it's $200 for patron. Chief
Okay.
patron. Yeah.
And then come 200.
Okay, put a foot on the $20.
Yeah, go ahead, Tola.
Yes, so we visited this site, this particular farm. It's in Motokono, Brewersville. So you imagine a guy having a particular pig that produce maybe 10 to 14 piglets in 3 months. And then he had to sell a pair, $250. Don't you think we have to pay attention to the area too? And then even the cross farmer that we're trying to help, we can give them this knowledge, and then they can get into this livestock production because it will help a lot.
You talk about training
them, giving them the access to obtaining some of these things, purchasing them, because if you train, they will actually know how to work. They will also know how to treat them. Even the cross farm that they are doing, they are still knowledge lacking.
People can just go and play anything.
Just go and play anything, anywhere.
Okay. Let me hold you there and get this person through. Good evening. See, I hope you hear.
Good evening.
Yes, you can hear the caller.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Edward Encho. I am in Tugoro. So I will make my point for it. They are ready for my statement.
Okay, Edward.
So I want to say thank you to the man in studio. But you know the story about Liberia? There is no cross in Liberia that you can get. Anytime you want to get left for in Liberia right now, people make that whole buy your garden, they plant corn, and they send time for corn to get after that you just for corn on the market, you don't get corn. There's nowhere to preserve those things that anytime you need it, you go to the market, you get it. So that's the major problem we face with for hand to mouth and so on. So I think the kind of education would be if necessary to motivate our people and the government to provide something that those things you can get it anytime. That's why I just make a they say I want to play only depending on true all the year. I mean, we're all waiting for teaching for corn. For my disappointment is with fear. You know, some of we make our decision to call, and you are not responsible to get anybody money in the first place. The last time I had a window, those are one the recommending people, and my name was not going. I called, I said, "Oh, you missed all my name." And thankfully, you accepted my name. You say, "Well, we can tell about I now receive my
You say Edward Joe. Hello, Edward Joe, right?
Yeah.
Edward Joe, and it's good that you called today because I've been to James to even give me your number. 1 minute, you'll get through. So you said you called on the show and you made more recommendations, according to you.
Recommendation.
Yes, 6, according to you.
Yeah.
So I have been on the show all through. I have a record of those who have been calling and making recommendations.
Okay.
The thing is this: when the person call, what we told them always is when you call, tell the studio or the presenter that this person recommended told me to call.
And that's what they've been doing.
No, Edward, I'm always on the show. So everybody who call, I had a listing of.
Okay, can you call those recommendations call that name because if you left us for
listen. Okay, it's over. We settle it. He entitled to what the CEO agreed to give it to him. Well, Edward, I'm sorry. And in fact, I take the blame because I thought they had the money on the ground to even give it to you guys, and I just yesterday I think the CEO myself was talking. I said, "Oh wow." He said, "Well," I said, "I forgot. If we ain't get the money yet, so please, Monday going." You're going to get it. So don't argue about it. We settled that thing long time, and it was some misunderstanding. And please, I know you always following us and continue to follow us. This station is your station, and we're not going to let anything to change it. So error, somebody made error somewhere. So let's forget it because you have no reason you're lying to us too. And record. Yeah.
I will call you. I think your number.
He will call you tomorrow. Please don't worry about it. Just make sure you share the video and let people know about it. But you see now, if you understand, we're going to give you a free ticket to come to the program. But if you won't come to the program, we'll give you a free ticket to come to the station. Okay, guys, and let's say this again. And I want to show this little video. I think I got the other one. The president was going around and I want. What you say? You got someone in line?
I think I got an international call coming through. Let me see if I can get him.
Okay, go ahead. Get him on.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Sir, your name and where you call from?
This is James Davis calling from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay, James, let's hear you. See you okay? You hear him?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate my brother and my comrade Andrew here for job well done and thinking about Liberian people. Well, I heard one of the just saying that in Maryland they know this, they know this, they know that. The first thing you gotta look at the people past character. Character. Are they interested in making restaurant or are they interested in making or are they running behind Kino to go get station? The first thing you gotta look at. What are the people interested in? Before you carry rest family to Standard County, you gotta make sure you educate them on it because actually Standard County from day one they never be making rest farm. So easy region they don't really make rest farm. From the Maryland they do mocking you. They do rest farm, so you gotta see what are they interested in the farm. They do farm.
Oh man.
What are they interested in? You can't just say, oh, they want the P farm in Maryland or in this one. Are they interested in those?
Actually, for correction,
different parts. During you say Luvakate, Nimakane, and Bongade, they are the bread basket because they produce everything. You know, yeah, they say Grand Chile, Maryland, we will give all they want to produce this. They are not interested in making farm. So you gotta carry on farming that they're interested in, things they're interested in. That's all you gotta carry to them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. David.
for a point of correction,
Yeah,
in Maryland they can make fun. I get about okay. I'm from Maryland. I'm from Thomas.
on a serious on a serious note. That's an interesting phrase. Yeah, but on a serious note, I mean, the country is structured in a way. The country is such that the government and through the Ministry of Agriculture should know where the food what we call the bread basket or the more productive area in terms of setting cash crops based on the land. Of course, Liberia is a very fertile land, a very, very fertile land all over the country. But again, it's about the yield per region. When you know that, you definitely tend to concentrate your agricultural projects based on that. Two, what NIMBAD is doing, any other county could do it. Mm-hmm. So it's about being able to also arouse that particular interest in the people and the significance of it. And you can nationalize all of these cash crop production. So I think it's just from a very jovial point where he talks about other people not being interested in food production, they're into cane juice and all of that. I think that was a joke.
I mean, that's a polarization aspect.
Yeah. So we don't want to align. We don't want to tend to defame any county here.
Yeah. Can you imagine? General, can you imagine?
Okay, but let's say this. Let's say this. Even if we, I understand it's a joke, but you know, like people would love pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, they can produce the best cane juice as a fact. We had the biggest log and sugar company there.
Oh, yeah, Lepsico.
Lepsico. So we're producing sugar and water. But like you just said something, when they're talking about place that government spend money on agriculture, you got in the Lofa County, you got other counties that, yes, because of the size of the county. But the poor plant rice in Liberia, we get plenty in Liberia, we get bananas, we got a lot of things in this area. But what he's trying to say, can you go in, because people leave from that area and come all the way tomorrow to buy fertilizer. That's the fact. Nobody, how many person going to buy it? You know, and the good thing is that our soil is really good. So whether you put fertilizer there or not, you will still get it. And guess what? Most of the people can play right near the government toilet and all. Right near the toilet, they will play on the potato green and be so fresh. So all the things. But it made me recognize Siriki. Siriki is in Rwanda. And Siriki drove around the other day and he saw some of the farming that people were doing in that place. And you know, if you leave your country like Liberia and you go into school in another country and you see certain things that are not in your country, you want to call and say, wow, what the difference between these people and us? But sometimes it's the government. Like there's a story, there's a guy in Kenya today, or Liberian guy, one of the biggest farm in Kenya. But this boy went to Liberia and he pushing around. The man is in Kenya doing the business. And people working for him in Kenya.
Yeah. So it's a political
will. Alex said that. He said, what the difference between these people and us? They don't say they corrupt, but how they doing it? So Sidiki, welcome to the show. And thanks for promoting the program on closing argument concerning the program on Saturday. And also Siddiqui did a video, 10 minutes video. This boy like bluffing. Did a 10-minute video on the program and went to studio and did it. But anyway, Siddiqui, go ahead. What you got to say? We in on agriculture.
Yeah, good evening from my end, and thank you again for the opportunity. Good evening to the CEO and to all the panelists. It's good to be here. So yeah, the agriculture discussion is a very important one. But I hear a lot of feedback from the callers in Liberia, regarding the farming and the government support and all of that. But one of the key things I want us to look at is the support or the the kind of allotment we see in the budget in Liberia versus here in Rwanda. So for just quick example, the government of Rwanda spent like 785 millions in just agriculture alone.
Hmm.
While in Liberia we spent 15.2.23 million in Liberia. So you see the difference? And what I noticed about the agriculture system here in Rwanda is that the people not just focusing on raw agriculture, wherein people will have to use a lot of energy, using their hands to just go and make farming out of that. The people try to introduce technology into the farming, making more easier, where people, you don't have to use more energy to do your farming and what have you. But in Liberia, just recently, the World Bank and the IMF put up a loan for farmers in Liberia, where they open up that application. If you have a farm, you can apply for that loan or that grant, and then you'll be able to. They just introduce this to kind of make Liberian farmer to improve into
Yeah.
whatsoever they are
Motivate
doing.
them further.
Yeah, but guess what happened when that opportunity came up?
Corruption.
Out of the people we already know that they are rich, they get resources, they are the ones that took advantage of that. And the loans are influencing the system. For example, I will use Amara Kone. Amara Kone applied for that grant. And he got it, they gave him about, I don't know, I think 20 some more $1 million for a farm in Babulu. And even this guy, Besson got finished from Grand Basel, got the loan also.
And these
The
are the
grant.
Yeah, they
people
were
who
talking
already.
about it. Yep.
You see, but most of the senator, the lawmaker, they got that. And the local farmers who are calling on the show today, they didn't even hear about it. Let's talk about, and some of them, they have the ideas. They have, they have the ability, the farmland, and what have you, to apply for it and get it. But because they don't have a connection. So everything boils down to leadership, and the mentality too. Let's not forget about that. We always say our staple food is rice, but how many Liberians, really planting rice? The people here they eat rice, and the most interesting thing you will know is that one doesn't have a seaport. Everything they import into the country, they will drop it to the nearby country, and then they have to go there for a through car and bring it into that country. And so what they do, since they eat rice, rice is also that stable food. They try to kind of subsidize that with some agriculture food like cassava, like potatoes, and everybody farming. Everybody, they get a little potato farms and cassava farm, and they make it very cheap because those things are, available in the market. The most cheapest thing you can find in the market are potatoes, cassava, plantain, and all those things because they are cheap. Even if they cook the rice, they will always eat it with a potato, with a cassava, just to be able to kind of something. Because one bag of rice, I will tell you, the equivalence in US dollar will be something like $35 for one bag of rice here. So it's kind of expensive because they know that situation. So what they try to do, and they're making their own rice. Tanzania is making rice. They bring the Tanzania rice, and then the Indian rice. They bring it. They get different. You see real competition here. But for us in Liberia, it's kind of different. But at the end of the day, it boils down to leadership. We have to have a vision. Just imagine 785 million. You invest that just in agriculture. Then people know that you already serious. Even the local man, the local farmer will some way or the other get the impact of that money. But you take little over 15 million invested into agriculture, and you say you're serious about agriculture. And when opportunity come up from international institutions for agriculturists But people who are into agriculture, the local people who don't have the privilege, who don't have the resources to apply and get some of that money, the big shot, they take advantage of that and deprive the common people. So for me, I think that's a whole issue we have to look at. And and again, it boils down to leadership, and I think wonder the agriculture system here is contributing a lot to the economy because at the end of the day, they're making cocoa farm and that's why when you come here, one of the things you will see here is coffee shop. You get a lot of coffee shop here, and they're also making coffee farm as well, and people are taking it because the foreigners that come, most of these investors, they go to the coffee shop, they sit there, they're drinking a little coffee. And the real local people are the one, you see young people, they get their own farm. And basically, as I mentioned earlier on, they make it so easy that anybody can get into farming because the farming is more, digitized to the extent that you don't have to use physical strength or get hundreds of thousands of manpower to go on a farm and make, get policies and all of that. So they get equipment for all
Yeah.
those things. So yeah, so
All right.
that's
Thank
just
you.
it.
Thank you, Siddiq. Thank you, Siddiqui. You made it clear. And for example, when you read United Nations, I think some 10 years ago, that Dr. Kamar and Professor Kamar were talking last time. They say every third world country, if you're really interested in agriculture, 10% of your national budget should be allocated to agriculture, which is true. And how can we encourage the young people into agriculture? Andrew, you know that we got children those days. Some in some people went to school at the time during the Dole administration. They say if you go to the agriculture college, it's free just because they want it. But today, how many young people really want to get into farming? Our people are old, they're tired. And you see, when you look at it, it's just 0 point something percent in our national budget when it comes to agriculture. And you know what I'm saying? So I hope we pray that one day all the countries around us, they into agriculture, they make more money, they create jobs for the people. They create jobs for the people. But our place, we're not beating on nobody. We took the blame. I blame every Liberian when it comes to Liberian problem because we are the one that stay electing these people. And we'll ask ourselves today was the same question. What are some of the benefits from the Amara Cornet farm and even the Western Gahab farm? We ain't see no rice coming from there. We ain't see nothing, but the guys then are the big boys. Even if you give the chance to America to do the same thing, these guys are the one who trade. They know when to trade. They know how to do it because they're in government. It's just so sad for us, the common people. But I think it is time that we hold these people responsible. Andrew, you want to come in? We have gone 1 hour 37 minutes so far.
I would just
Yeah.
squeeze in. Mr. Kia comes in. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You live quickly.
Yeah, this is here.
You say your name is?
Yeah,
Your name? What's your name?
yeah. I'm calling from Matari.
Matari. What is your name?
I'm doing S.
Let's hear you quickly.
And I'm from River G.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah. There's one caller was making a point that before talking about Southeast like Maryland, they produce king juice, they color produce cassava and what have you. And one of the points I wanted to make is that road to market is one of the major aspects that affecting our people on our side.
Okay.
Like 2017, I had a friend who went there during some time, who opened the door. There's a room, he sit up in his social pocket. And then he said, this is the place name is Webu Jiboke. You have to walk a distance about 45 minutes getting to the street side before getting on motorbike to carry your concern.
So the road to the farm is a major challenge. Well, his point is clear. I think the challenge is road. Yes.
I mean, that's the same point I was making, right? Because some of these people, they make these, they will have these products, and they will not be able to afford to bring them to the local markets to sell, and everything will perish.
I would love to ask a question. Maybe Andrew or you yourself can come in. Road to the market, road to this. How they did it before?
It's a walk.
Because we never had this problem pepper in the market. This were there. But one thing I noticed, I went to Todi, and while I was sitting with the old man, His wife came from Intown and they brought cassava or something. So I said, but wait now, your guy, all the bush, y'all go back cassava. He said, my son, I'm too old now. I can only do gardening. I can't. You see the farm? He said, all the children, they gone Duko. They gone Morovia now. Nobody want to do it anymore. Only the old people now in the area. Everybody is in Monrovia.
Yeah.
You see? But before, we never had the same road. We never, the Ganta Happen Highway, it used to take 2 days to still go Maryland. Or sometimes you get stuck in that same mud. But I don't know, we are lazy or something is going on or leadership problem. You know, we ourselves need to stay trapped. But yes, the government can understand yesterday too, it's not today. How to
I think
encourage
Yeah, let
these
me.
young people to go back into agriculture? How to do
Yeah.
that? Before
So
the panelists come, but let's hear from Andrew.
yeah, again, I want to thank Siliki from all the way from Rwanda here to be part of the show today. We say thank you. Everything you talked about is just exactly what we've been trying to also engage from last show with Professor Kamara. The problem facing our agriculture sector today largely is about leadership. Leadership through the Ministry of Agriculture, leadership through the national leadership, and then it filtered down to the rest of what they intend to do in terms of food security. Liberia is a land that that by now should be able to feed itself. We have a very fertile land. That's why even the Great Firestone, which I worked for some years, Firestone was able to invest on 1 million acres of land. For rubber production. Now, that's a cash crop that has been able to grow extensively in our country. That we were the largest rubber plantation in the world before just yesterday Malaysia came to overtake us. All of these things we are talking about with respect to food security, it boils down to the government of Liberia. This is a cry out to our own country. How much is this population compared to other countries just next door to us that are doing what they are able to do? Now, the problem is with leadership. The next thing about that leadership is about the issue of misplaced priorities. When you have a government that have the misplaced priorities, definitely what is important to the people and what is important for the survival of your country, you tend to have a lot of issues. And food, a nation that cannot feed itself, will always be dependent upon another nation. And that's how even your economic activities, it tend to be completely affected badly. To see even the amount that is even placed in the budget for agriculture, it's a shame. And then I go back to the story of even the loan that was provided by the international community or for some institution as to how the farmers in Liberia could have benefited. The first thing, as soon as it came about money issue, the next thing is about those who have leverage in the society. They run for the money. And they benefit from the money at the expense of people who deserve to be able to invest in our agriculture. Guess what? When those people produce, like my old friend and brother, Bazanga File, now with the leverage in terms of finance, in terms of maybe business that he has, now what he produces, he becomes still like a Lord and gospel over people who even deserve it. So we become slave to our own people. If we do these things here, the country will never, ever recover. So it's about leadership that tend to misplace even the allocation of funds to deserving farmers who are supposed to even add value to what government is doing or what government is not doing. So we have a long way to go. This is not politics. But it's about rightful decisions being made so that all of these difficulties our people are faced with, they don't have to go through all of these problems. So we come back. I mean, we will be discussing this in detail with other expert opinion in our next edition, because we have like 13 minutes more and we'll be out of here. But the issue of lack of infrastructure in our country, like Monique just asked a question, what is it that we're doing before that work that is not working now? Because people failed to have a lesson learned. We failed to have a lesson learned from just yesterday, even when the technology was not very equipped enough as compared to today. But yet we were making it as a nation. During the Talbot administration, there was this total involvement with the Green Revolution, even up to Samuel Doe. Why have we deviated from all of these? Why have we deviated from all of these plans? So it's up to the government of Liberia. It's up to all of us. It's up to even those who represent our people in the house. Where is the representation? County by county, district by district. Where are they that we can't even feed ourselves? And then what's supposed to benefit the people in terms of smaller farmers, by the time it hits the ground, the vultures, they take it.
Yeah.
How do we ever want to ever for our country to recover? So again, this issue of agriculture, CEO, we will continue this process, but I'll be very frank with you. I'm not an agriculturist, but I'm speaking from a management point of view. There's so much that we are doing to harm our people, but that harm, it comes from the government of Liberia. It filtered down to its own officials. From the official, it filtered down to even the lieutenants of the officials. So we will do this issue. And this is not political, but it's about being able to rescue our own people. It's sad to know that. You know, I hand it over to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Much, Andrew.
come in, Chris, come in. Because it's sad. It's taking it for a joke.
This has just been the crowd. Exactly. You see the frustration from Andrew's voice. I mean, you can tell. For me, I don't have I spare the headache when it comes to Liberian politics, because the basic things that we're supposed to do for the people of Liberia will sit and continue to frustrate these people. The time to come closer to election time, you'll see the same people. Order these people to start buying Becquerels for them, start giving a thing out just for their votes, just so they can go there for the next 6 years. And as soon as they win, they're done with them for the next 6 years. So there's something that I don't talk about Liberian politics. I think it's just the government can do better. Money is not our problem in that country.
No.
But it's the misprioritization that we have. That's how the people suffering in that country. Somebody will go take loan for $26 million and get a garden farm and employ maybe 10%. $26 million.
And he rich themselves at the expense of such.
Before I come to my man in the studio there, like you look at Liberia, our stable food. You know, if a man cannot feed his family, that's where you got problem. If you know that our people want to eat and they want to work, and you know you want to carry on a big project, there is no way you can carry on a big project and when the people are hungry. So what you do, you make sure they can eat. While they're eating, you carry on your big project, and by the time you come, but although those days we used to make sure they get rice, they take pay on time, and they take bulk of the money. We even know that was what going on. Now everybody's eyes are open. I don't have a job. I can't feed my children. And I see government officials in a brand new car. What do you expect me to do? The next thing I will complain. I will get in the street. And a hungry man is an angry man. That is our fear. Because the world is changing around. The same way. Oh, demonstrating. One day we might see demonstration in the street. I don't know who's the leader. Look at Haiti today. We got 9 gangs in charge of Haiti. And we know different from Haiti. We're the first black. They're the first black. We play a major role. But these people were frustrated. And now look at us today. Our leaders are the problems. And we vote for these same people. We cast our vote for these same people. You go back and come back tomorrow after 5 years, the man come back to you. You want a bag of rice. We got to stand up to all the other talk shows, to all the other radio stations. We need to educate our people to all the talk shows. I don't want to hear about who wear the best clothes, the men stealing. But once we start to conscientize our people, we'll get it right. They are the one. And do you want to put in and chip in, my man in the studio there, to what Siddiqui just said about Rwanda, how the people operate? Rwanda came a long way. They have a history. In fact, they lost more people than us. But today in Rwanda, you can't hear nothing but your tribe and
Because they have
whatsoever.
had a
And in
lesson
Liberia, we
learned.
stay. Yes,
For
and
us
in
now, we
Liberia, we
haven't
stay
learned anything
worrying
yet.
about. We stay talking about your Bassa man, your Pella man, your Gil man. How in the world we got to do these things, and we in this kind of
Representatives are
bloody
taking
war.
more money home
Yeah.
than the people that
Yeah,
they represent.
just to go to work 2 days in a week. They take more money than ended up in 2 days. It's a voluntary work. You look at it. It's not a financial work, but everybody now want to go be a representative because they think that they make $10,000 a month free just to talk. Plus they chop you on the side. Come here, you do want to add on to what Siddiqui said concerning this place?
Okay, thank you. Siliki, we will continue to experience these problems. Now, somebody put out a bill for farmers to apply. Then you have the office at Maban Point. How do you want a man in local tool to apply for such a grant?
That's another one.
You can decentralize. No, let's go to the House of Parliament. How many of these guys hiring expert agriculturists in their offices?
Yeah.
No.
They don't.
Far. They have no knowledge of what's supposed to be going on for the people they represent.
They don't hire agriculture experts to advise them. That's why if you observe in their debate and oversight and other things, the finance minister, the central bank governor take more questions on stage than an agriculture minister. They hold these people hostage than the agriculture minister because the right questions are not being asked. They don't know where to start from.
Priority.
So the man will take this time and just use all kinds of jobs, this agricultural terminology, and move on. They look at their own communities. You take somebody who is an economy and say you are the chairperson on agriculture and then forestry. You take banker, you say you are the co-chair on agriculture, forestry, and fishery.
Complete joke.
It's a joke.
And they're on the people payroll. They're on their payroll.
Payroll.
Yes, they're on their payroll. It's not a joke. It's on the payroll.
Go buy for their
They get money.
percentage.
Yeah, they're on the payroll.
So, Siddiqui, how
And
you
I bet
establish?
you invite them here right now to come and speak. They will push you around. They will tell you, say no. Because you're right. You know, he just said something, Andrew. Only the finance minister will see in our place there. Either they're talking why we get our pay yet, why we get this one yet. But you never hear them even argue about agriculture in Liberia. Nothing.
I never call the agriculture minister,
Wow.
the FDA managing director, and take them on for maybe 2 or 3 hours.
No.
But you will see the finance minister will be at the Senate the whole day. Because why? That's our issue.
Money issue. Nothing else.
Issue.
Wow.
LIB.
So that's just
The
it.
country we got.
You know,
For the-
in general, I just wanted to add on to what you just said. They have a huge portion of money allocated in the budget for agriculture break. They give it to each of them. You know,
Yeah,
there's a specific time account beginning, I don't know, 30
Agriculture break, yeah.
Yeah, for agriculture break. And they don't even have anybody in the offices
Whoever.
that get knowledge about agriculture. It's very, and you know, this is a sad case.
When the agriculture minister is coming today, this is what I want your concentration to be. These are some of the questions you should ask. This is why you should pay for. Nothing, zero. You get a guy from the Atari Center and say you are the chief of office staff. Yes.
So you see the hurdles that we are faced with in government, they create such difficulty. So it's difficult. You cannot get anywhere. And year in, year out, we still have the same problem.
The same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though.
And then
It's
we say
unfortunate. But
we
the only
operate
thing is
like
to educate
America.
our people on what to be done, from subsistence farming
And when
level.
we try to compare them
create
with
the-
America, they matter.
Yeah.
When we try to compare them with America, they matter. They say, oh, but I see system. But if you look in the people's Senate and the representative, when you see the representative sitting, the people that sit behind him, these are the people that are doing all the research here. Chief, you can talk on the wire quick. They push it there. But we got to do something.
I mean,
We got
listen, it's just
We got to.
It just like I don't know, that disparity, right? You can't compare Liberia with America. The thing
No, no,
about
no.
it,
Because when you want to talk, it's any point in America to getting it. Now we want compare the best.
yeah. The
You
thing
get
about
agricultural expert in your office. Go ahead.
what is actually lacking in our country until we can interject that or we practice that without going anywhere. I can always tell everybody. The thing where two things that make this country great, the Western or civilization great is two is what's the name? Patriotism and accountability. I want to
Accountability.
practice here.
Yes.
Two
Yes.
things: patriotism
That's
and
true.
accountability. We don't have any Liberia. People can commit any
No.
crime there. Like, who are you? Nobody.
No.
And here in this country, people put country first before your personal, or something.
Yep.
Liberia, the personal issue fight before the country. Where the country is way down. So nobody cares about the country. That's why we don't go anywhere if we can practice that. So
We can't
yeah,
prosecute nobody.
we can do our
We
closing.
can.
I don't want to.
We can prosecute.
I
Every time we gone 1 hour 55 minutes, and we want to say thanks to you guys for contributing, and our man in studio and Sidiki from all the way to Rwanda. Thanks again, and for those of you who are watching us, please don't forget. You will see this face here continuously until Saturday. We are launching this program. We're already doing the work in Liberia, and we are fully registered in Liberia. We empowering young people in all kinds of area. We just gone 1 year, and we are proud of the work so far we've been doing. Do you know what it means to get almost 20 almost state doing a little thing in communication and reaching out to other communities, and people are coming in? This is no profit. Nobody's getting profit. Everybody is volunteer. Want to appreciate you, and my guy in studio want to appreciate Jefferson and everybody and Andrew. And today is Sunday, and those of you who listen want to say share. Let the people know about KN Radio. Let the people know about the foundation. We've been receiving a lot of letters, but hey, we cannot go through everything because some of the requests, and I will tell you, still some of the requests you don't want to see some of them because when somebody telling me to pay $300 for rent, and how you manage to get $300 rent. And if nobody say my daughter's school fees were 100,000, I paid 92,000, and the other 8,000. So I said, okay, well, the other people we ain't pay 1 cent yet. So some of these things we're doing individually is sometimes the CEO see it and just say, damn, I just saw something that caught my heart. I got to do it. That's how life goes. Even the great United States, the great UN, the great countries in the world will not help everybody. But we want to teach you. Listen to us. Share the video. Somebody will benefit. Somebody will hear us talking. And also, we need your contribution. If you're in America, you in anywhere, you want to send a cash app, you want to do this. We're not begging you in a way that, but we asking you, we need it. If you can't give it to us, give it to another Liberian organization that doing something in Liberia. It is not an easy thing to operate in Liberia when you are doing, because every penny comes from in your pocket, and you got your family to feed, and you still going to chip in. Now it's we're sitting down. It's not that we want the news. We want to show off. Hey, everybody got the news to do, but we want to say thank you very much. And let us do our closing. We'll start with Andrew. From there, we'll go to the CEO. And then from there, we go to Sidiki. You want to stay on or to leave or fine. Then we can do it. We can go to you. And then the studio will take it from there. But let's start with Andrew. Come here, Andrew.
Okay, guys, I just want to say it's been a great show today. We want to thank the Liberian people for always listening. And for all of you in the studio, we say thank you for coming again. Next week, we'll have Professor Kamara, and our brother Sawan will also be here for us to continue to discuss the issue of agriculture. A nation that feeds itself is a very independent nation. But the one who feeds you tend to control even your thinking. And so we want to feed ourselves so that we can be able to be independent, to be able to think independently. The only way we can do that is through agriculture. We are asking also our government with the small farmers or our people in the hinterland that are farming from hand to mouth, that even a way out can be provided for them. Some assistance so that they can also, when we meet them halfway, their burden in terms of other social responsibility might not even be just on the government. So when we meet them halfway, we also help to solve the problem. Agriculture is the way out. If we can do so, if I could even have food available in my home for a whole month here, then there's no need for me to even worry about money so much. But so, agriculture is very key. We will continue to discuss this, and that our government should learn from the past, from the Talbot administration, even the Samuel Doe administration, the essence of the Green Revolution, the essence of going back to the soil, the essence of being able to feed ourselves, the issue of community guiding, people in Monrovia, and then on to the rest of the hinterland. If we can balance the essence of agriculture to invest in most of these things, we will alleviate most of these problems. We need that for our people. And so we call on the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Agriculture. Even if you are doing what we have issues with, it's a matter of communication. The Ministry of Agriculture need to have even a show or radio, or most of the radios, trying to explain itself for the government so that our people will have that security and will have the hope to be able to know that there is a way out tomorrow. The president today, who is the president of Liberia, he was heading the Liberian, he was heading LPMC for it's another major agricultural sector of the government. So I do know that President Boakai has a lot to do with agriculture. Lesson learned of the past, it should be now implemented today. People should be able to go back to the soil. The government should be able to help the people. If we do these things, we will alleviate most of the problem for our people. It's a shame for our country that up to now, in this modern age, that we can't feed ourselves. I look forward to hearing more experts next week from Professor Kamara and others, and even from the Ministry of Agriculture, to come in and being able to explain to our people. Our people are willing, they are good people, but we need to take that leadership to them so that they can follow and be able to feed ourselves. I thank you guys. It's been a great show.
All right, thank you. And CEO, you want to come do your closing so you can leave?
Yeah, thank you guys. I don't want to waste your time. Like the frustration has been at its peak. The citizen of Liberia, they completed, tie with some of these, irresponsibilities from some of the government officials, and we don't want to. I don't want to be a part. So I just want to say we continue to do what we have to do on our end. That's why I'm doing this. Like some people they're so shocked because they think if somebody doing this, they want to actually be running for some political office or presidential position or whatever in Liberia. I have zero interest in that. I don't want to be a part of any the situation in Liberia now. All I want is for the Liberian people to be self-sufficient, do something to be the country to feed itself. And so whatever we're doing here is just the beginning, but I know there will come a time that we'll do better as a nation and as a people. So we should keep pushing for the betterment of this country, because we all from Liberia one day will go back and want to see this country do better. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great show. Tola, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Sidiki, thank you. Be safe on our side. General, thank you.
No.
Thanks, people, and see you Sunday.
Okay, see you. Thank you.
Okay. Sidiki, you want to do a closing, or you want to stay on a little bit?
No, I think I'm good, and just want to say thanks for the opportunity. And yes, that's the sad reality. We are facing Liberia, and hopefully our people can realize, and the leaders of Liberia can just, understand that look, the world is moving. People are doing great things around the world, and we can be. I saw the people celebrating the last and so how to be producing. That's a great news, but we can do more than that. And I just want us to know that we can do more than that. We are the first, independent republic in Africa, and more is expected from us, especially within our region. People are doing great things, and we can just do more than that. can do more than that. And let's keep hopeful. The Care Foundation is doing a great job, and let's support it. For those of you in the U.S., the convention is coming up. If you have a time, you can attend. Get to meet the team in the U.S. and just kind of bring your own expertise to be able to support the change the organization is helping back home, supporting scholarship, high school students or university students, helping our farmers, and even contributing to the media scale where we have the Care Radio, young Liberians, professional Liberians have been employed. They are doing a great job. So yes, this is how we can change the country. But at the end of the day, our national government will have to take the lead. The agricultural business you talk about, if we have a government just allocating 15 million to the agriculture sector, a private institution can only do as much as they can do, but they can't do more than the government because everybody pay tax to the government. And so until we realize that, they will come and talk, but there will be no result. It was a great show. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. And why is that? Why is it just slipping off my
July?
Sound? Yeah, it's you. You want to do your closing, and then Jefferson, you might take it from there. But anyway, let me just do mine because I gotta go home now. I gotta take someone somewhere. But I want to say thank you again for those of you in Radio Land. We want to say we appreciate you. And to those of you who listen to us, by the way, on Facebook and you're in the Philadelphia area, New Jersey, Delaware, and other places, we expect you to come and grace our occasion. And as you can see, we got different prices, but when you get there, you're not going to worry about the drinks, the food, and there will be a lot of surprises. And somebody might win something. The man might have a full body massage at a massage parlor, and that costs almost $200. And you can get that one for free, and a woman also. And we'll have the 50-50 raffle, and the master patron is sold out. I'll be honest with you. And there are a lot of other people, patron, chief patron for $200, 150, ordinary is 50.
The master
And
person
you'll
is
be
sold out already?
it's sold out. Trust me, it's sold out. Just 20 tickets are gone already.
What?
Yes. So only
Okay.
the chief patron is there. So, but if you still need a master patron, it's easy for me. I can print one for you quick. You want it? You want
We're
to give it to
coming, my man.
somebody?
We're coming in full swing.
Okay. I know that. Okay, so we'll be having a nice time. We got a best DJ, and Charles Martin will be the MC, and Dr. Reverend Pearson will
Reverend
be the
Martin.
guest speaker. He's also an humanitarian. He left. He back in the country now. He will be the guest speaker, and we're not going to talk too much. And we want for you guys to meet each other. We will hang out. We'll talk, and we'll need your ideas. There will be some fundraiser, voluntary fundraiser. So camping, anything you think about, you're gonna have it there. You will get the worth out of it. It's not about the money you're gonna bring, but we just want you to come and see some of the work that we are doing. We showcase on video, but we're not going to, because if we try to show everything, we might stay there for another 2-3 hours watching it. Because I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing. And I want to say thanks to everyone, the team back home. And I want to break this news again. The Care Foundation and the Care Communication Network, we got an invitation for Brussels, Antoine. We will discuss that, and they are inviting us for the first time. The only network they are inviting to Antoine, Belgium, to
Okay.
celebrate the library. The July 26th is a big festival in Belgium. I think this time will be in Antwerp. People from London and France and whatsoever will gather in one place. So imagine we'll be carrying it live from all the way there. That's a
Good.
good news. We're surprised we got the invitation from the president, the Liberian community president in Antwerp, Belgium. And in fact, Henry P. Barry is on the board. I just noticed that he's on the board. So that's a good recognition for them to invite us, and we'll see how best. If we can get somebody from Liberia to join us, we appreciate it, but we got to check. It's not an easy thing. We're going to see it, but the Kia Radio, the Kia Humanitarian Foundation doing good. And for those of you in studio, and I want to say, Senwa, we appreciate you. And I'm sorry I was not on last week, and Dr. Kamara, he had a lot to say, but you will see him all the time. So for those of you listening to us again, if we get money for you, come to the studio and collect it. Don't worry, don't let nobody. Look, we don't run away from money.
No, when
You
the
don't
money
call
comes,
us talk and do.
as
We're
soon as
not
it comes,
talking do, so don't think that we're not Mac machine now. So don't even think about it. We just like you,
Edward,
just that we want you to get involved. We're not
okay.
Mac machine. So let's take it from there. Andrew, I know you did your closing already, but I know you. Nobody rushing. How about you still looking? So what you want to say, Andrew? What you want to say? Tell the librarian post something. Because somebody just text me. They said, "Nah, Andrew. Oh, long time I see the man yet. Nah, okay. So they finish see you now. You must send a late same way. The person say you must send same way for them.
I know. Let's give our brother the chance, Brother Talo Sawon, to
Yeah.
if he can give his closing
Go ahead.
remarks.
Yeah, Tola.
Okay,
Let's hear you.
I'm Tola DS Someone.
You want to speak to the mic?
Tola DS Someone. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
take
man.
thanks to the entire team here, Brother Jeff, the CEO, my own big brother Andrew, Master who I just hearing from you today. You are a real master. So my recommendations would be that since we did the assessment, the field assessment, and we're about to launch on the 10th, I think there's a need that we conduct a late or farmer training and a 20-25% just for 2-3 hours because we don't keep farmers for a very long time. Yeah, that's just it. Thank you to the entire team.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
think about it, and if we do it, we're not going to use it for this time. But
Sure.
it's something that you work along with them and see how best we can do that. We want our people to know every little secret that is going on. And, we wanted to know everything that will benefit them. Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah, Chair.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks. So that's it. Thank you again for being here. And of course, you can join us on next Sunday, at which time we'll be here for another edition. Again, my name has been Jefferson Perry. We are thanks to all of you for listening. Have a wonderful time from Monrovia. Bye bye.